I don't know who need to hear this, but I think you should be able to be perceived as a villain in someone else's story. Here's why. So a few days ago, I was having like a fight with one of my family members, and I thought that they would create this type of situation or this type of story once they are talking to their own peers or their own friends and stuff like that. But then I realized, I think the moment you don't just care with what people are talking behind you, it's gonna turn you into someone's really powerful in a sense that your worth, your value isn't determined by whatever people are talking about you, be it in front of you or behind you, because you've been having a lot of these achievements and you've been having a lot of like goals in front of you that thinking about your goal or your purpose has consumed you rather than paying attention to whatever people are talking about you. So I think in that sense, it will help you a lot to navigate your life. So you're not going to be misled by other people's opinions and perspective as well, because as time goes by you're going to be worn out by whatever people are talking about you. And that is also why I just started to create content, making videos and showing myself in front of the camera just like this, because their opinions sometimes doesn't pay anything in your life. They don't contribute to your life wholly. And if they do contribute on your own life, you still have your own authority towards you, because your authenticity can't be bought by a lot of things that they gave to you. And they should really understand that even if they're giving you something, you're still a human at a core. You're not a prized possessions that they can buy or that they can replace or something really replaceable. Even though as a person or as a human being, we are able to find another person as our replacement to the previous one. But for us, we should have known that we are so much worthy beyond the value that people tagged on us, so to speak. Besides that, I think allowing people to have a villainized version of us in their own story to other people allow us to be the center of their attention, because they don't have a life where they have the purpose, they have the goal, they have the grit, they have the things that they really want to share to the people or to the world. So they picked up on us so that they can have something really worth talking to other people. So I think that's also a really good thing, because sometimes haters is a converted or a closeted fans of us, so just let them talk. And if you know about the alchemy or transmutation, we can transmute that energy into benefiting us. We are getting talked a lot, and this is in the context where the villainous version of us isn't necessarily who we really are at the core. So that's the context, and I hope you're not tweaking or you're not twisting that kind of thing. But the thing is, it's really okay to be the villain on other people's story, because sometimes villain also makes a story or a fairy tale becomes more enticing or entertaining as well. So I guess don't be afraid to be the villain version of yourself in other people's story, because it is really worth it. In a sense that they talk about you. They don't have other things to talk about them, because they don't have something really interesting to talk about themselves. So that's why they talk about you, and it's really worth talking, because you're the main attention. You're the center of their own universe. That's why somehow if I saw some sort of like videos on the internet and they're talking about other people and the way they talk isn't necessarily a fact, or most of their video is just something really crappy in a sense that they're trying to drag other people's, not enough factual information. I thought that, wow, you really had a lot of energy to just break down things. So I guess we should really accept that people are talking about us. And this also came to the experience of mine where a lot of people are just feeling very intimidated by me in the past, just because of something that I never boastfully talked to them. I just showed them, but they feel really attacked to some extent, and I just couldn't realize what happened, like what is going on with them, because I didn't do anything malevolent to them. I didn't wish anything bad with them, but they wish something bad with me. But then I realized that wishes, hopes, accusations, or even like um, profanity that thrown to us isn't having necessarily a meaning if we don't attach those perceived meaning onto us, because sometimes it can act out as a mantra to manipulate us and to frighten us, so that we will shrink ourselves to the version that they have of us. So I guess if you're allowing yourself to be the villain of other people's story on other people's story, you're gonna be able that, okay, human is complex. Humans has different side of their characteristic, their personality, and also traits. So I don't have any problem about it, especially if it's not based on the factual information or the factual things that the person that is being talked to. It isn't on the fact that they're having this kind of information. So yeah, I guess letting yourself to be misunderstood and having a lot of mishaps, as long as it doesn't create something malevolent or something really unlucrative, is that even the word, to your life, let them be yourself, because who knows, because of their talkings, their bad stories about us, we're going somewhere. We never know about that. So just keep them in their own places. Sometimes we can keep them on their toes, because we also need to remind them that we cannot be someone stepped on. We're not like the doormat. We are actually having the human rights as we are. But other than that, just let them talking. Just let them talk whatever they want to talk about us. Crappy, something it's not really truthful. Just let them. Just let them talk whatever they want to talk about us, because it'll eventually bore them. It will eventually wither their own energy, and I don't know. I think it's just not really worthy to pay attention to them. And by knowing that fact, we know exactly that which person that we should really lean on to, or anything else. Or we can just be who we really are, present as how and what we really want to bring ourselves to, and then we can attract people akin to ourselves. So if that really makes sense to you, you can just share your opinion or even like your own story, because sometimes being perceived is not something that we wish for.